Williams.
Let's get
Kazuya
this over
Mishima.
with.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
This should be fun.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Round four. Fight. Final round. Fight. You lose. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round 4. Fight! You lose.
俺は全てを支配する。
GG's.
Get ready for the next battle.
Ooh, hello, what's your name? Oh. I tweet. Huh? I tweet.
We're back with more If You Laugh, You Go to Hell. You going down with me?
I'm actually so ugly and my features are like so grotesque that I like popped out the other side and now I'm just like a hot guy.
I disagree.
I think I'm hot. Do you think you're hot?
I'm definitely better looking than you for sure.
No.
Yeah, just on,
You're so red.
On an objective
What's
scale.
wrong with
You're so red.
If you put me and you in the street up against each other, just as random men, they'd be like, this guy is
You think so?
I'm 6'1", I'm a full-size guy.
Okay.
You look like that guy
What-
from Ice Age.
What
What's that?
I do. I look exactly. That's what everyone on the internet always says. I'm hot.
Benny Blanco. Isn't this the dude who Selena Gomez?
Three struggles of a white guy. Hot outside. The sun gets me. We don't have no women. You know what I mean? Okay. It gets hot. Some people got listen. Thank you. Bro, like you said,
Yeah, on the movie theater, on the train, on the bus, on the airplane.
Come on, we've gone over this. Taking really big bites. Taking really big bites in the second. Making eye contact. Making eye contact. You won't be gay if you avoid these 2 things. If you avoid these 3 things. If you avoid these 4 things. Let's just go with
Like a music video. Where would one find this car wash? Asking for a drink.
So I'll go down to history. I'll go back for 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Oh yeah, going in for it. Oh, rebounded. Throw rebound. Oh, for the layup. Didn't quite get it. Alright, we're just gonna juggle it around, tap it around, and she's gonna dap him up. Why? You might be asking, hey CB, who the hell is this? Well, her name is Lisa Reese, and apparently she's God's gift to women's basketball.
Mason has cut it to 2. Crossover spinning. Oh, Brittany Griner. That was cool and all, but not gonna happen.
She did a spin? She spun around. See that? No, because look, she spun around in a circle, like full 360, never seen before on a court of basketball.
Crossover spinning. Brittany Griner said that.
I'm going to show you the greatest play in women's basketball of all time. Oh, scoops it up. Oh. Thinking me. You know, in the women's league, free throws. Why not? Why not?
Chicken tastes like chicken.
So,
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, like a blind taste test here.
what was that?
It tasted like a meat tortellini with a bit of sweated onions in the background.
Round 1.
That was chicken, you twat.
That was chicken, you twat. Okay.
I see you're expecting again.
I am, yeah.
What number's this?
Number 4.
Good Lord, 4.
I know. There must be something in the air.
Yeah, probably your legs.
That was a violation.
If that's so, I could reason.
Especially back in the day, I know she went all Kamala crazy. You know, I do remember her fondly back in the block, the dump truck in the back.
Round 2. Fight.
Pretty close. It just zooms past your country. You're gonna have your headlights and expect boys not to make notes like this.
Who was lit? And then.
Fight.
New York, a lot has changed in my life recently. I just had a baby. My wife has a baby. I want to clarify that. I actually hate it when men let women go through childbirth. Yeah. I'm talking about these fucking new age dudes out here like, it's like when my wife said, we made a lot of money, you know. I feel like I'm the one in labor here, you know. There's no epidural for hard work, I'll tell you that much.
Let's end this try not to laugh with a motivation,
This should be
inspiration
fun.
video.
Anytime you're feeling
Round
down,
one.
remember life is all about
Fight.
perspective. I have a friend who has sex 2 to 3 times a week. He exercises twice a day. He reads 2 books a week. Yet, every day, he complains about how much he
Did you laugh? What video cracked you? Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if it's served. I'm CV. We'll see you next video.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Round 4. Fight. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. ready for the next battle.
Let's see that in an instant replay. Let's see that in an instant replay.
If you are a rational thinking person, you have to at least consider the possibility that God hates these people.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
That God hates these people. If you are a rational thinking person, you have to at least consider the possibility that God hates these people.
Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million Hellions and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. In the aftermath of Tinseltown getting its ass thoroughly kicked in the great cultural shift, it seems that some people who work in the industry and their comrades in the access media, far too late, I might add, have finally realized that Hollywood is broken. And now they are openly wondering if they can reverse this state of entropy. But before we get to the consequences of the entertainment industry's 8-year woke bender, we have to go back in time a couple of months to an article titled How Hollywood Lost the Culture War. Now, that'd be a great title for a YouTube video. Don't mind if I do someday, but no, it doesn't come from me. It comes from the Los Angeles Times. Keeping in mind your time is valuable, considering that this article is at home, it can be best summed up with a few bullet points. It admits that Hollywood is the de facto public relations arm of the Democratic Party. The LA Times also essentially admits that entertainment has turned into a platform for influence. They will say it's for social change, some will say it's for social engineering. They will say it's to inspire marginalized people and underrepresented groups so they can feel seen. Others will say it's creative bankruptcy, subversion, and propaganda. Ultimately, the Los Angeles Times had to confess it was cringeworthy. And yes, they do blame Hollywood. It's time to admit that the losers in the culture war have brought this on themselves. Let's give credit where credit is due for the Los Angeles Times. Not bad so far, but as with all of these articles, it's when they get to the summation. Sure, they mention all the other factors, including but not limited to. You've heard them all before, so let's get through them quickly. Multiple shutdowns due to COVID and the worst time strike in history, turning out content instead of entertainment, the corporatism, and the streaming bubble burst. And those are all aging yet still valid points.
Missing the target.
Because according to the LA Times' Matt Brennan, Hollywood wasn't trying hard enough. It would be tempting to conclude that Hollywood should heed post-election autopsy conveying against magic words, radical chic, and going woke. He claims everything bad about going woke is built on a convenient fiction that's backed up by study after study after study, showing that diverse storytelling and diverse audiences are sound business, not virtue signaling. Never mind that study after study after study came from the paragon of objectivity, the University of California at Los Angeles. And now it's accusing Hollywood of pandering to conservatives by rolling back progress it hasn't actually made. Really? In other words, it needs to DEI harder. Listen, I've been critical of Hollywood for a lot of things, but you can't accuse them of not trying to DEI hard. And let's not forget they almost gave it Andre Best Actress at the Oscars, and we will get to that. I just want to say, dude, I was rooting for you. Despite all of the Access Media and Tinseltown's introspection or navel-gazing, there still seems to be a giant missing link in their theory. Let's keep in mind, Hollywood's mantra last year was survive until 25. So let's fast forward to today. Novocaine with 8 million leads lowest grossing weekend of 2025 to date. Box office, Novocaine tops worst weekend of the year with 8.7 million as audiences numbed by new offerings. Novocaine leads another painful weekend at the box office. Jack Quaid and Robert Pattinson led the worst weekend at the box office in decades. As sequels like Captain America and Paddington fall short, and original films like Black Bag and Mickey 17 struggle, when will the box office rebound? I can hear you now, and you'd be right. We're only halfway through March. That is true. We're also 2 weeks away from the end of the first quarter. And considering what they released and what they're going to release in this quarter, to be fair, maybe the mantra was we'll survive until a little later in 25. It doesn't help that you released 2 Jack Quaid movies within 2 months of each other. One was pretty good, haven't seen the other. It also doesn't help that Mickey 17 completely bombed despite a good performance by Robert Pattinson, but ultimately it was brought down by its incurable TDS. This will be a theme for this video. But the one film that was supposed to be the big hit of the quarter is now officially a flop. Captain African American. Side note, it's a flop even with Disney's bullshit numbers, with Variety ultimately admitting it's one of the worst performing Disney Marvel films of all time, despite Collider saying it's one of the top 100 action films of all time, and MCU Updates calling it the 31st highest grossing Marvel film. And to add insult to injury over on the streaming side, the bane of Hollywood's existence, Disney Marvel's Daredevil, which I've kinda liked so far, has actually underperformed to the tune of being beat out in the same time period by The Acolyte, which was canceled. Well, it's no surprise that Hollywood is a little shook right now, and they should be. According to David Polan at The Hot Button, who said he really had no interest about writing about another weekend at the box office this week, and this was prior to this past weekend, it's simple math. It's the 3rd weekend in a row under 100 million overall at the domestic box office, and worse, these 3 weekends have all been under 80 million. The most recent 2 both under 55 million. Well, we just so happen to have an update on this from the Hollywood Reporter. Can Tinseltown make it 3 weekends in a row with the domestic box office total under $55 million? It's hardly typical to see a weekend where not one picture crosses $10 million, but this weekend's result is an estimated $54.7 million in overall domestic box office revenue. I knew you could do it. Things have gotten so bad that Hollywood is actually relying on Snow White to save them. I wish I was joking. Yes, the very same controversial Snow White that had initial box office opening projections between 63 and 70 million, which were reduced to between 48 and 58 million, and it turns out they're going to be happy with that. To say theater owners are counting the days until Snow White opens wide is an understatement after a miserable few weekends at the box office. Or how about this one? Things are so dire, the godless heathens are thanking God. Thank God for Snow White next weekend, right? Who knew with that movie's controversy we'd be saying that? However, the industry should be thankful. If Snow White pulls off a 50 million plus opening with that $200 to $300 million budget, but to be fair to the theaters, they don't care how much Disney paid for it. They need to sell popcorn for what has been a barren desert of business right now. And whose fault is that? This is my favorite bit. The Hollywood Reporter, who wrote the last article, wrote this one 4 days previous. Inside Disney's Snow White troubles, they need to get this over with. Disney's live-action Snow White reboot starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot seemed like a can't-miss project 5 years ago, but have some PR missteps combined with anti-woke outrage turned marketing the film into a poisoned apple. Shout out to Team Poison Apple. I don't know, Access Media, would you consider disrespecting the film that created Disney and in turn disrespecting Walt Disney by calling it dated?
The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently
Which in turn didn't just piss off one political sect, it pissed off the entire Disney fandom, telling fans who don't agree with their political takes to unsubscribe and wishing half the country to never know peace. Are those missteps?
And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
Are you sure about that?
This little faux pas that led to the canceling of the premiere in the UK, shutting down the American premiere to the press, who would have been friendly to them, and only allowing in-house Disney people. But I have to give Disney credit on this one. They actually managed to shut Rachel Zegler up, which is the best move they've made. Now, does this move disappoint 1,000 YouTubers? Yes. Do I think for a minute that she'll stay quiet, especially if the film bombs? No. Will the press paint the fans as the aggressor and Rachel as the victim? Well, the BBC has already planted that seed. Will Snow White be a victim of its own moment? How the Disney remake became 2025's most divisive film. Like the old song says, the wheels on the bus go round and round. Snow White to me just looks like yet another bankrupt subversion of a classic. But I have no idea whether it's going to be woke or intersectional or not. But it looks like the Access Media might have an idea. The female skewing live-action event pick, which remakes Walt Disney's cherished 1937 animated classic, has been under fire for years on social media due to a combination of the film's progressive creative decisions and star Rachel Zegler's controversial comments, while also suffering from culture war attacks that seem doggedly determined to torpedo the perceived woke film no matter what. To me, the actual film's performance is irrelevant at this point because the overall brand damage has been done. No, not just to Disney, to Hollywood, because Rachel Zegler and Snow White are a microcosm for what was and still is woke Hollywood. She made herself the poster child for it.
Weird.
But I am not without sympathy or empathy, Hollywood. I get it. You've been through hell with multiple disruptions, whether you brought it on yourself or they were acts of God. A pandemic, strikes, fires, AI, DEI. While the studios are backing away, the Film Actors Guild just doubled down. And all this has played a part in the entire Hollywood ecosystem collapsing. The entertainment industry has become a subsidiary to the tech industry. Theaters are suffering, broadcasters dying, film festivals are fading, and award show audiences are dwindling. Speaking of that, Hollywood came within a hair's breadth this year of ending award shows forever because Amelia Perez was going to sweep, including giving a dude the Best Actress award. And the only reason that didn't happen is somebody magically unearthed some salty tweets from Carlos, I'm sorry, Carlos Sofia Gascon. And now they're making the poor guy go on an apology tour. Carlos Sofia Gascon commits to continuing to learn and listen. Or Carlos, I'm sorry, Carla says you will always find me on the opposite side of fanaticism, imposition, and the patriarchy?
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
Okay, and we'll stop real quick to say, what if just all the woke stuff disappears? Well, then you have to deal with the problem of creative bankruptcy. There are certainly going to be some pretty big hits this year, including Lilo and Stitch, a remake of an animated film, and How to Train Your Dragon, a remake of an animated film. We're not exactly innovating or breaking any ground. It's the equivalent of rolling out what's left of the Rolling Stones for another tour. Anywho, this brings us to the biggest problem in this scenario, one that the audience already knows, so forgive me for repeating it, but this one goes directly to Hollywood because it's a problem you haven't faced or even acknowledged. And this just so happens to be the most underrepresented, marginalized group in this entire equation, the audience. You made the same mistake as the political party that you love to support. You lost the working man and woman.
I've been saying this since the 80s when when movie ticket prices, they were $5 forever in America, and then all of a sudden they started moving up to $6.50 and $7 and $7.25 and $7.50 and all that stuff. This is a working man's art form. It's not opera, it's not theater, it's not going to a big concert. It was the idea was that anybody could go and see a movie. That was one of the reasons why movies flourished in the 30s, and it's not anymore. We have priced them out until now it's a team.
By their own admission, Hollywood is broken, and there's no better evidence than needing to rely on yet another Snow White remake to get you through a weekend. Tinseltown now will be a good time to figure out a way to apologize. Reconnect with the average moviegoer who also happens to be the paying customer. It's something I don't think you're capable of doing, but if you don't, then maybe it is the beginning of the end.
Nerderotic.com.
If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, thank you for listening this long. I will see you in the next video.
That
You
was
win.
disappointing.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Damn it,
Round 4. Fight. You Round 1. Fight.
Damn.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Round 4. Fight. ready for the next battle.
Go, 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 go.
Go.
3, 2, 1.
Go, 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 go.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
God damn it, fucking launch you out. Fuck. Get that down to it's a beautiful
Round 3. Fight.
do that. Do move. Got to move.
Round 1. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight.
What's done is done.
I'm not back in 5 minutes.